Hello everyone, this is Ashwini from Sri Venkateshwara College of Engineering, affiliated to VTU. So today we are going to see what is access matrix in operating systems. So this is the access matrix table. So let's move on. So let us see what is access matrix. Access matrix is a security model of protection state in computer system. It is represented as a matrix, and access matrix is used to define the rights of each process executing in the domain with respect to each object. This row of matrix represents the domains and columns that represents the objects. Each cell of the matrix represents a set of access rights which are given to the processes of the domain. That means each entry of I, j defines the set of operations that are the processes executing in the domain di that can invoke an object oj. So we'll see what are the different type of rights. There are different types of rights in the files that can have the most common ones are read, write, execute, and print. So next we'll see observations for this above matrix. So there are four domains and four objects. So the process first will be executed in D1 and it can read the files of F1 and F3. And then it will be executed in D4 that has same rights of D1 and it can also write on files. Printer can also access by only one process executing in domain D2, executing in the domain D3 that has right to read the file F2 and execute the file F3. So mechanism of this access matrix consists of many policies and symmetric properties, especially when we ensure that process is executing in the domain DI and can access only in those objects that are specified in the rule. Policies of access matrix is concerning protection, involves which rights should be included, and we must also decide the domain in which each process can execute. This policy is also usually decided in operating systems, and the user decides the contents of the access matrix entries. Association between the domains and processes can be either static or dynamic. Access matrix provides a mechanism of defining the control for this association between the domain and the processes. Methods of implementing access matrix in operating systems, and these methods are global table, access list for objects, capability list for domains, and lock key mechanism. So first we'll see what is global table. It is the most basic access matrix implementations. A set of ordered triplets domain object write set is maintained in a file. When an operation M has been performed in an object OJ within the domain DI, the table is searched from triple DI OJ archive, and this operations can proceed in triple when it is located. Otherwise, an exceptions conditions has arrived. This implementation has various drawbacks. So next is access list for objects. So every access matrix column may be used as a single object access list, and it is possible to delete the blank entries for each object and resulting the list that contains ordered based domain right sets that define all the domain for the objects and non-empty set of the access rights. We may also start by checking the default set and then find the access list. The item we found is enable isn't, and we verify the default set. If N is the default set, we grant access. Access is denied if it is noise, extraordinary sceneries arises. So next, we'll see what is the capability list for the domains. A domain's capability list is a collection of objects and actions that can be done on them. A capacity in the name or address that can be used to define an object. If you want to perform an operation M on object OJ, the process runs the operation M specifying the capability for the object OJ. The simple possessions of capability implies that the access is allowed. In most of the cases, the capability is so separated from other data and one in two ways. Every object has a tag indicates which type of capability of this data is. So next we'll see what is lock key mechanism. It is a compromise between the access list and capability list. Each object has a list of logs which has special bit patterns. On the other hand, each domain has a set of keys that are special bit patterns. So, a domain-based process it could only access an object if the domain has a key that satisfies one of the objects, and this process is not allowed to modify its keys. So last is conclusion. We'll see what is the conclusions of access matrices. Plays a crucial role in access control mechanisms within the operating systems, providing a structured approach of managing the permissions and enforcing the security policy. Throughout this article, we have explored the concept of access matrix and their constructions and their impact on system security. So, access matrix can provide a constant representations of permissions that is granted to the subjects. To access objects within an operating system, we use rows to represent subjects and columns to represent the object access matrix and allow a fine-grained control over resource accesses. So this is the table for the access matrix within the domain as objects. So thank you everyone for watching my video. Please do share it to your friends and families. Thank you.